Hi, I'm Drew Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Join me as I'm fighting cancer with fitness. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and press the bell button so you can get the latest updates and notifications from me, Drew Flex. Today we're going to continue with Blood Cancer Awareness Month, and we're going to talk about blood cancer and exercise. So without further ado, let's do this. So we're continuing with the theme of Blood Cancer Awareness Month, and before I do go ahead, please don't forget to check out the numerous posts on social media raising awareness of Blood Cancer Awareness Month. Simply just type in Blood Cancer Awareness Month or hashtag Blood Cancer Awareness Month to see all of the posts with more information on blood cancer, and also what you can do to help those affected with blood cancer, whether it be charity events or putting yourself on the donor register or just putting up posters in your workplace and spreading awareness. So what is the importance of exercise with someone who is affected by blood cancer? Well, it increases your chances of the treatment being successful. It also, in blood cancer patients, it increases the number of red blood cells, which can take a dip when you're on the TKI treatment. Also, if you do more strenuous exercise, it can also increase your platelet levels, which do tend to take a dip as well. It can also prevent new cancers from appearing in the body, so it helps keep other cancers at bay. It also helps with some of the side effects of the treatment that you may be on as well, such as weight loss or weight gain, water retention, which is a lot of the reason for a lot of the weight gain as well. Also a lot of the fatigue that you can feel while you're taking medication as well. Also, it's not limited to being a side effect of medication, but it can be, but this can also be one of the ways that the cancer itself, knowing that we have the cancer and the things that we have to deal with having the cancer, can do to us as well. And this is our mood, so things like anxiety and depression. And we all know that exercise increases your endorphins, helps you feel more energetic and boosts your mood. Exercise can also improve your sleep and also improve your cognitive function, which when you do feel fatigued and when you do feel a bit groggy because of the treatment, this can really help you leaps and bounds. Some of the difficulties and barriers to exercise, and I've been speaking to a couple of my followers on social media. In particular, I was speaking to a nice lady from Japan over on Instagram, and this was earlier this year, and she was telling me about the breathlessness that she was suffering on a drug called dasatinib, which I have switched over to. Fortunately, I haven't experienced that side effect on that medication, but she certainly has. And I know on being on imatinib, I've experienced things like the muscle cramps and the weight gain, the water retention, and also I think this lady, she said she's also been experiencing tightness in chest, and that is down to the fluid retention in the chest, which can be quite a severe side effect of the medication. Joint and muscle and bone pain can also be quite a painful side effect of the medication as well. Put these things together and they can prove to be barriers, but before undertaking any exercise, it is important to speak to your treating consultant. There may be some medication adjustments that can be made, particularly with fluid retention around some of your vital organs, as this can be quite dangerous on its own, regardless of starting any exercise regime. So it's important, if you are experiencing those severe side effects, to speak to your treating consultant. Another difficulty can be fear. Fear of getting started, fear of it being a different environment. You know, a lot of people's perceptions of going to a gym or a health club is that there's so many people there that are already healthy, that are already quite involved in exercise. How might they look at me? depending on your stage of treatment, if you're on chemotherapy and you've experienced drastic weight loss, it can be quite self-conscious to go in there. If you've put on a lot of weight due to water retention, you may also feel self-conscious. So fear is definitely a very real barrier to going in. What I would suggest, again, is speak to your treating consultant and probably get a referral to one of the physical health cancer specialists. There should be a physio or a physical health professional within any cancer treatment team that you can talk to about starting off with light exercise and then working your way up to the more strenuous exercises, and then probably going with a friend. That often helps to break the ice and to help alleviate any fears or misgivings that you may have about going into the gym. Motivation is another thing that may prevent people from going to the gym, and it may be down to a number of reasons. It can be down to, as we mentioned before, anxiety, worries, concerns, depression around having illness, or these things could be a result of the side effects of the medication. And speaking of side effects, if you've had chemotherapy treatment and you really generally don't have the energy levels to go, that can be another barrier. The distance that the gym may be to you as well, or lack of experience, can all impact on your motivation to go. But in these times, it's important to probably identify friends of yours that maybe, even if they're occasional gym goers, to come and just say, I may not always feel to go to the gym, or I may not always be up to it, or I may feel self-conscious about going, or mentally I may not be up to it. So could you come and probably take me for short walks so that I still feel as though I'm getting some exercise? You may feel physically weaker than normal. So even if you're getting some basic exercise and some stretching movements, some walking, that may help as well. Also, having friends that will be able to take you to gym sessions if you do feel a bit more able, having that peer group that you can do that physical activity together, that may also be helpful. So, what should you include in a workout routine? Well, there's two parts to that. Part one is what you can include in your daily routine, and then part two, leading on to that, is what will constitute the main bulk of your workout. So for what you would do with your daily workout, you'd always start up with a warm-up, then the main body of your exercise, which will consist of one of 4 elements, and then the third part will be the cool down. So the 4 elements that we're referring to will be strength or resistance training, cardiovascular training, balance or flexibility training, and also core strength training. Some concerns people may have is, well, if I go to the gym, I don't want to bulk up too much or put on too much muscle mass. The reality is that depending on the kind of treatment that you have, you may actually have weight gain, but it's not necessarily because you've put on muscle mass. It's because your muscle mass is deteriorating and you're putting on things like water retention, and that may not necessarily be a good thing for you. So resistance training is really an important part of your recovery from cancer because it helps to strengthen you throughout your treatment process. Now this goes hand in hand with a balanced diet that will actually support your metabolism and support your muscle growth in order to maintain your strength throughout treatment and even thereafter. And as I said, you won't necessarily bulk up, because if you do more sets with increased numbers of reps, you won't necessarily bulk up. You'll just maintain a strong physical structure. As I said, before you begin any physical workout regime, do consult your treating consultant. They'll be able to take baseline physical observations, and then they'll be able to advise you, depending on your physical level of activity, your physical health condition. They'll be able to advise you on the most appropriate way that you can start in physical activity. That's it. I hope you found the information useful. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and press the bell button so you can get the latest updates and notifications from me, Drew Flex. I am Drew Flex, and until next time, stay flexing.